In the concluding part of the Central Bank of Nigeria's flexible forex policy and implications on the Nigerian business environment, the Director General of the Lagos Chamber of Commerce and Industry, Mr. Muda Yusuf, gives further insight on the implications for manufacturers. He also speaks on how this will impact distributive trade, highlights how this will also play out for export to import traders, and also articulates the way forward to ensure that this flexible FX policy drives the economy positively.
For some of the manufacturers that were getting the foreign exchange at 197, this policy may not be good news for them, but they are very few. Because if you had the privilege of getting your foreign exchange at 197 naira to the dollar, and now you have to now be sourcing it at 280 or 281 or 285, that will be a major blow to your costing. But for those of them that were not having access to the official window at 197 and had to fall back on the parallel market at 350 or 360, having the opportunity of foreign exchange at 285 or 281 is a lot of relief for them. And more importantly, because this policy regime will improve liquidity in the foreign exchange market, it will be easier for them to plan. For the distributive trade sector, it will be a bit challenging, because most of what is sold or most of what is traded in the Nigerian distributive trade sector are imported items. And the current policy regime, although it's an improvement on the parallel market, still presupposes or is still likely to create an environment where the cost of imports will remain high. And for as long as the cost of imports are high, sales will drop, because you cannot pass on all the costs to your consumers. And in any case, in elementary economics, we know that once your price goes up, your demand will drop, depending, of course, on the elasticity of demand. And for many of these products, their demand are also elastic. So their sales will drop and the margins will drop. If you talk to the average market woman now, they will tell you that sales are dropping, because the prices of virtually everything has gone up. The exporters, will have a good time. This is a good time for those who are in export business to make very good money. And of course, across the value chain. If you have those who are in agricultural sector, for instance, that are feeding non-oil exports, across the chain, there will be an improvement, there will be more business to be done. And also across the chain, for products that can substitute for imports, whether it's in manufacturing, whether it's in agriculture, in whatever sector, even in services, to the extent that they can come up as substitute for what is imported. Any product or service within that space will benefit from this system. Well, this policy is a good policy. I believe that it will bring a lot of value to this economy. I believe that it will also change the orientation and the structure of this economy. It will lead to some adjustment in taste, in consumption pattern, and all of that. I think it's something that will promote growth. It will also encourage investment. It will create more jobs. But I must also advise that for the policy itself to be sustainable and for the naira not to get unnecessarily depreciated, we also need to watch the fiscal policy so that we don't incur undue unnecessary debt, and we also don't create unnecessary liquidity in the system. We need to manage money supply so that we don't further weaken the currency.
Monetary policies always have its wider impact on economies. It is expected that the flexible forex policy rolled out by the Central Bank of Nigeria will be efficiently implemented, that this will now begin to drive the financial markets, the business environment, and the Nigerian economy at large.